What is going on YouTube? Bringing you another video today. It is reacting to the Champions League results of this game week. I did promise this video and I'm doing it now. So this is just me giving a bit of banter and a bit of my thoughts on what's happening because it's been a crazy week. So yeah, let us get into it. Starting with match day 5 of 6, right? Shakhtar Donetsk beating Real Madrid 2-0. That is a crazy result. That is one of those results that I look at and I'm just like, what the hell is going on? You know, like what is going on with Real Madrid? And I suppose where you can start with Real Madrid, you know, and I actually like Real Madrid. You know, if I wasn't a United fan, it would probably be my favorite team. But, you know, it is what it is. I'll never call myself a Madrid fan because I only support one club and it's right there. 2-0, they lost to Shakhtar Donetsk. And they might actually get relegated to the Europa League. And I kind of went a bit off track there. So where I would start with Real Madrid, right, is looking at the fact that they haven't actually signed any big name players in quite some time. Yes, they signed Eden Hazard from Chelsea very recently. But besides him, they haven't really been the Galactico that they used to be in the transfer market. And they've kind of fallen away from that philosophy pretty much for a long while now, because remember in the early 2000s when they signed big Ronaldo, they signed David Beckham, they signed Luis Figo, they signed Cristiano Ronaldo, they signed all these big name players. Zidane, remember Zidane? They signed all these big name players pretty much every single season. And the thinking behind it was get the best players on the pitch, get the best coach, and you get the best results. Lo and behold, they didn't actually win a Champions League until very recently, this century anyways. I believe it was 2013, 2014 against Atletico Madrid, and then they didn't win it the season after that, but then they went to win it on 3 times in a row, and ever since then they haven't really been the same team. I mean, they did win the La Liga last season, to be fair to them, and that's an accomplishment in and of itself because, number one, Barca didn't win the Champions League, so it really means that in terms of major trophies, they won more than Barca last season, and they were the better team in that front. But number two, I'm pretty sure that La Liga is a central part of Real Madrid's history. And yes, they've won it so many times that they only really focus on the Champions League as of recently, you know. But they were knocked out of the Champions League and they had a chance to genuinely win a major trophy. And they did. They played well in that last sort of 3 months of the season. But looking at this result, disappointing. How far they've fallen. Inter Milan winning 3-2 against Borussia Mönchengladbach. But Borussia Mönchengladbach, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, I probably not, are on top of the group. And this is a German side that I haven't really rated for a long time. I obviously know who they are, but I don't know much about their first 11, let alone their whole squad. And it's interesting to see them at the top of that group. So it's Real Madrid and Inter Milan at the bottom of that group. Shakhtar Donetsk are second and Borussia first. It's interesting, man. Interesting. Salzburg beating Lokomotiv 3-1. That it is what it is. Lokomotiv. Every time I saw that team in FIFA, I thought it was fake because I was like, what? Lokomotiv. Immediately I think of a motor vehicle. That's kind of like the English equivalent of that word. But anyways, I didn't expect them to win that game, but it is what it is. I don't know much about Red Bull Salzburg. They remind me of Leipzig, and as such, I don't have much respect for them because it doesn't seem like they have their own unique identity as a team. You know, they both have this Red Bull thing going on, and it's just, I don't know, energy drinks and lots of money being pumped into those clubs. It just shows you where football's going, isn't it? A lot of people look at Leipzig and Salzburg and they're like, look at their youth academies. They don't spend as much as PSG and Man City. Oh, but actually, it's not easy to develop a youth academy. It's not easy to sign young players across the globe. And you have to convince them with lucrative contracts to come to your new club that's only been in existence for about a decade, versus going to a club like Man City or Arsenal or Chelsea or United or Borussia Dortmund or Bayern Munich or any other team where they could go to develop themselves. They came to your club for a reason, and it probably had something to do with this. So that's all I'll say about Salzburg. But good results for them nevertheless. 3-1. It is what it is. Olympique Marseille beating the Greek restaurant that knocked Arsenal out of the Europa League. 2-1. It looks like Arsenal might actually play Olympiacos again. Should they make it through the group? I think they did make it through the group stages, to be fair. I'm bantering Arsenal way too much. There's no ways they don't make it through the group stages in the Europa League. But yeah, they could run into Olympiacos, again. You know, you never know. And they could get knocked out by them again. That would be interesting to see. I would love to see them run into a Real Madrid or Inter Milan in the Europa League. I would watch that with popcorn, fam. Atletico Madrid and Bayern, 1-1 result. Not really going to say much about that. I didn't watch that game. Moving on, Liverpool 1-0 to Ajax. That's a very good result. Ajax are a very good footballing side. And as you guys know, if you've been a long-time viewer of the channel, I actually have a lot of respect for Ajax. So it is what it is, you know. And when you beat Ajax, it's not that Liverpool needed to beat Ajax to prove anything. They are the defending league champions. And they did win as Champions League just a season ago. So, you know, it is what it is. You expect them to win that game. And with all the injuries they have at the moment, the fact that they're able to put away a team like Ajax is pretty good. I'm not saying Ajax don't have injuries. I don't actually know, to be completely honest. But either way, it's good to see that Liverpool is still putting away the results from a Liverpool perspective. Atalanta drawing 1-1 with this no-name team. Atalanta are a good side. I was talking to a friend about this while I was watching the United game, actually, and just before, when he was watching the Chelsea and Sevilla game, and basically saying, they were watching the Chelsea and the Sevilla game, and basically saying that, you know, Atalanta are a good side, and a lot of people sleep on them. And it's funny because they actually made it into the quarterfinals of the Champions League last season, and they actually made top 4 in the Serie A. So, you know, me and her were both like laughing, like, what the hell, you know, what's going on? What's actually going on? You know, why do people not respect Atalanta so much as some of the other teams in the Champions League? It's weird. You know, they are genuinely a good team. And when they got piped by Liverpool, I made a video about it, and I thought Liverpool were going to go on to genuinely win a major trophy because it was a good sign of progress. Atalanta are not a team that you just run over, you know? So, yeah, moving on. Porto, Man City, goalless draw, boring as hell. Man City, obviously top of that group. Porto probably going to go through as well. Not much to say about that. Man City, our noisy neighbours down the road. Difficult to banter them nowadays because everybody has an empty stadium, you know, but they're used to it because they've been doing it for so long. RB Leipzig winning 4-3 in a clutch situation. This is interesting in context of our group with Manchester United. Obviously, I'm a Manchester United fan, and if they don't win their game against Leipzig, we could be in the Europa League. We could be playing Thursday Night Football. Istanbul had one job. Let's keep it moving, y'all. Let's keep it moving. And then it's, you know, United getting piped by PSG 3-1. I already made a video on that this morning, so I don't know what else to say with regards to that. It's a bit difficult. I'm not going to lie. Dortmund versus Lazio ended 1-1. Interesting. I'm not really sure what the situation is with Dortmund. Let me just check over here as I bring the tables up. Yes, Dortmund are at the top of their group, interestingly enough. They've lost 1, drawn 1, won 3. 10 points, pretty good. It's a crazy group as well, because if Dortmund lose on the last match day, Club Brugge win by 4 goals or more, actually. Oh wait, there's no ways. Even if Club Brugge win and Dortmund lose on the last day, Club Brugge would have to win by 9 goals to 0 to close in the goal difference. So I think Dortmund are definitely safe. Lazio, on the other hand, are not safe. If they lose on the last day and Club Brugge win, they're going to the Europa League, fam. You know, so it's interesting. Let's keep it moving. Barcelona winning 3-0. You kind of expect that against this Ferencváros, however that's pronounced. I don't know some of these teams, I'm going to be completely honest. Juventus beating Dynamo 3-0 in quite convincing fashion. Club Brugge beat Zenit 3-0 as well, so that a lot of pipings going on, not just Manchester United, a lot of pipings going on last evening. And then the most impressive result of the evening, I would say, was definitely Chelsea versus Sevilla. Giroud absolutely popping off, breaking down that defense and absolutely destroying Sevilla. 4-0. Lampard's boys looking as mint as ever, going on a magnificent run. I don't know how many games it is, but I'm pretty sure they're on a really, really solid run at the moment. And what's scary about Chelsea is they're doing it in all competitions. They're not just doing it in the Premier League. So in the Champions League, they're on top of their group. And Sevilla are no mugs, you know. We failed to beat Sevilla. Let me remind any United fans watching, we failed to beat Sevilla. It wasn't because Pogba was injured, wasn't because Bruno had a suspension. No, Pogba, Bruno both played in that team and we lost. We lost. And we had Greenwood, Martial and Rashford up front. We lost. That was our best team at the time. So before I hear any United fans going, oh, it's just Sevilla, or any Premier League fans, really, this applies to all of you watching, all of you frauds watching. Anyone who goes, oh, it's just Sevilla, they need to relax. No, they don't need to relax, fam, because they're in a genuine title race. And on top of that, they've just piped Sevilla 4-0 to give themselves some extra momentum and extra confidence. They can afford to rest their team in that last Champions League game because it doesn't mean crap, that last match day. So yeah, those are the results. I think the biggest takeaway from those results, and what makes it even crazier than it actually is the fact that we could genuinely see either Real Madrid or Inter Milan not move through to the knockout stages. And what's crazy is one of them, because they're in the same group, won't actually be in the Europa League. One of them will just not have European football for the rest of the season. The other will be in the Europa League. Which do you prefer? Which do you prefer? Because do you really want to see Real Madrid Europa League? I know Inter Milan won't mind it too much because they were there last season and they made a final, so a chance at redemption. But if you're a Real Madrid fan, I don't know, you might as well not be in Europe if you're in the Europa League. Like that's how far the mighty have fallen, I guess. But anyways, do leave a like on the video. We're going to end it there. That is the end of the game. The match day, or match week rather, match week 5 out of 6, I believe, of the Champions League. Pretty interesting results. It's a crazy, crazy season, not just in the Premier League, but overall. I mean, you look at what's happening in Spain and who's on top of the table. Not going to spoil it for you. Just go have a look, and you might actually shock yourself. But yeah. Subscribe to the video if you are new, and don't forget to leave a like, as I said, and leave a comment. Let me know what you think if you did make it this far, because you're an absolute legend, and I appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch my video. But it's been your boy TripleM. Peace out.